Today we're going to be reviewing Guy Fieri's grilled barbecue short ribs. This will be our first time looking at Guy Fieri here on this channel, and I'm curious to see what he's going to do. I haven't really watched a lot of Guy Fieri, so I'm not too familiar with... I know he does those kinds of shows where he goes places and eats things, but I'm not too familiar with him actually making food. I just think of him as the guy who got stuck in the early 2000s with the frosted tips. Kind of reminds me of people I went to high school with.
So here's what we got for you, starting off with the short ribs. Cooked till tender, and then finished on the grill with a red wine barbecue glaze. G is going to be dropping the mirepoix in here and getting that started. So G, I've got that preheated for you.
Okay, awesome.
You're working the mirepoix, a little olive oil right there. I've got the short ribs, a little salt and pepper. Let me borrow that for a second, thanks. I'm gonna put down a bit of oil.
Awesome.
G, some oil in there for you.
Thank you, brother.
Seasoned on this side. I'm gonna roll them. Season the other side. Look at that. Tell me those aren't gorgeous. This is really what you want to ask your butcher to bring.
Yeah, so when you ask for short ribs and you want them to look like that, ask for a dino cut.
In for you. Holiday season, you can do a bunch of these, sear them off ahead of time, get them into a big pressure cooker. You don't have that, you can roast them off in the oven. Pressure cooker just kind of expedites things. So here we go. We're going to go fat side down, start that rendering.
Also, you could do them sous vide. Josh Wiseman has a good video where he takes classic dishes and modernizes them. And one of the things he does is he modernizes Gordon Ramsay's beef Wellington, and he uses a 72-hour sous vide dino cut short rib.
Let's be honest, the lowest flavor of beef you can get, which is a filet mignon, a tenderloin, we're instead going to be doing a 48-hour cooked short rib. Am I going way over the top?
There we go, so you can see what's going on. This is kind of like beef short rib Tetris.
Yeah, this is like short rib palooza.
There you go. If I was much higher on the sides, like if I was in there, you wouldn't be able to sear the short ribs. They'd start to steam each other. But because this is low, this is cast iron, it's smoking hot, it'll work. Okay, G.
Yeah.
So you look at the cut that he put on that. These could be big pieces if you wanted, but this is going to cook down even faster. Okay, so we're turning that up, and I'm going all of the sides of the short rib.
Hey, I hate to interrupt the video, but if you're getting any value out of this, could you please hit that subscribe button and leave a comment down below? So one thing I mentioned in those older Food Network videos is after they touched raw meat, you would see them wash their hands. There's no more hand washing in newer Food Network videos. So maybe he washed his hand, or maybe he's giving everybody a little bit of E. coli. We don't really know.
Takes a little bit of time, and then what I'll do is deglaze into this and dump this into the pot, okay? There we go. We'll drop this all down. But believe it or not, we're going to be using this stock out of the pressure cooker later. So I'm even going to dump this in. Okay, this is where things are going to get a little wild. Take a little red wine, deglaze this pan. Watch yourself.
3 cups fresh.
Deglaze a little bit of that. I'll pour the rest. How much wine do you think I should put in this?
Let's go
There
hard.
you go. Yeah, it's
Let's
a whole bottle. Okay, it is the holidays. Okay, so there's a bottle of red wine in there, and again, really good red wine. Deglazing the...
Everything he's doing right now is classic French technique. I mean, I know when you hear something like barbecue short ribs and stuff, you're always thinking like Southern barbecue and like, you know, the South invented this stuff. But everything so far has been classic chef school French technique. I mean, that's truly the origins of about 85% of all of our Western food.
The bottom, I could have cooked all of this in the pressure cooker, but there wasn't enough room. And also the pressure cooker, although it's thick, isn't as thick as this cast iron. You really want to build crust, you go to this hot cast iron, because it's not going to, once it gets cold, once you drop those in, it's not going to cool down to where it kind of sears the other side. It just keeps hammering it the whole time. Okay, now we go in with the deglazed pan. I'm going to go in with some thyme and some sage. Drop this in. CG here, I just about have them covered, but I'm going to grab a little of that chicken stock from you. Excuse me. Okay, just a little bit more to where I'm about 3/4. Kind of like when we're braising something, just about that amount. Okay, so this is going to start going. Gee, now here's how I have to do my pot. I have to spin this thing around. Quinoa's finished. I have to spin this thing around and find my mark See this here?
But
See where that, see where that scratch is?
Oh, wow,
That
that's crazy.
scratch is. And you'll see that it starts to build the steam, starts to build the steam. If it goes too high, yes, it will start to release on itself through this valve. But don't worry about that. You'll be able to get it. Right around medium is where I keep it. This is gonna run for about 40.
If you don't have a pressure cooker like that, you can use an Instapot, which is an electric pressure cooker. We have an Instapot. My wife well, we bought it and she used it every day for like 3 weeks. Then it moved into the cupboard and it gets pulled out maybe once every 2-3 months, and she goes through little mini Instapot phases. There's some stuff that's a novelty you'll try, like you'll try Instapot mac and cheese. There's some other things. It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a good tool to have, especially when you're trying to cut down on time.
5 minutes. You got the polenta
Yeah.
work. I'm gonna shut down the heat here. This is gonna get loud for a second, okay? Just hang tight with me and just think some happy thoughts. Ready? Here we go.
that's the sound of goodness.
We're
though.
releasing the steam. We'll give it some little help here.
Yeah, so on the Instapot, it has you have 2 options. You can do a manual steam release like that, or you can do a natural steam release, where basically you just let the temperature drop on its own and it lets the pressure off. The thing with the forcing it is it can cause stuff inside of the pressure cooker to dry out a lot, and all of a sudden you don't want to eat it because it's lost any moisture that it had.
Let the pressure out, open it up. It's always scary opening, and I agree. But when you see 0 pressure, you know there's no pressure in it. Then we're gonna pull the short ribs out, G, let them cool so they tighten back up, they kind of congeal. We'll take the liquid, we'll strain that out, and then later we'll throw them on the grill and baste them with the sauce. But we gotta make sure that we remember to get this liquid out of the pressure cooker, because that's gonna go in the barbecue sauce. I have made a reduction of the sauce that came out of the pressure cooker, where I did these short ribs in literally, what, 45 minutes? Ooh. A lot of red wine, all that great flavor, and I reduced it just a little bit, mixed it into the barbecue sauce and brown sugar, a little red wine vinegar, and a little bit of chili flake, and this is gonna go to baste these ribs.
Dude, I remember when you made those that night.
We start grabbing some ribs, laying it down,
Oh yeah.
a little bit of that thyme. See that? Tightening it up, okay? Be a little drizzle left.
The top.
Huh?
So this is definitely like a French barbecue, which I doubt anybody's ever thought French do barbecue, because one of the lines that they just kind of mentioned quick in the video was something about quinoa. I mean, nobody associates quinoa with Southern barbecue, and whenever you hear the term barbecue, you always think Southern barbecue, right? Like Memphis. I think the title's a little clickbaity because everything here, I mean, there was no barbecue. Like when you think barbecue, right, it's like smoke, it's like smokers and stuff. He did a braise. Everything he did, you could easily replicate this 100% indoor. He didn't cook anything over open coals. There was no smoking. There was no wood. There was no barbecue in essence. He made a reduction sauce. He didn't even really show how he made the sauce, other than that he reduced the pressure cooking liquid. So everything here is very classical French. I don't see any barbecue other than the fact that they're outside using a grill. Grill does not equal barbecue. He doesn't have any barbecue sides like you would traditionally expect, say like mayonnaise-based salads like potato salad, macaroni salad. I don't see any coleslaw on the table. I see beautiful French braised, dino cut short ribs on a bed of couscous. Or sorry, a bed of quinoa. So, title's clickbaity. Guy Fieri's barbecue skills, not proven in this video. His French cookery skills, on the other hand, look like they are up there. But I'd like to see a little more with a title that says barbecue short ribs, when in fact, indeed, there is no barbecue. Alright, well, that was my opinion on Guy Fieri's barbecue, not really barbecue, short ribs. Thanks for watching this video and sticking to the end, and if you did stick to the end, you probably are one of my true fans. So just to explain what's going on here, I've decided that we're going to continue doing reaction videos on Sundays. On Tuesdays, which is now going to become Wednesday, I'm going to do a reaction video one week and a cooking video the other week. So every other week, Tuesday will be either a cooking or a reaction video. That way, I'm actually going to get 3 weeks to work on a cooking video by doing one every other week. So what I'll do is on the first Monday, I will practice a dish and really refine it. Because sometimes when I do these cooking videos, I just make stuff. Like, it's stuff that's in my comfort zone that I know how to do, but I'm going to practice and really refine it to give you the best version of a recipe. Then on the second Monday, I'm going to record that video. And then I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, after work kind of thing, to edit that video and get it posted. So it'll be posted technically on the third week. However, the week that I'm doing my good recorded video, I'm also doing my practice video on the Tuesday because I have Mondays and Tuesdays off. So that way, every week, I can make a video for you every 2 weeks, but technically taking 3 weeks because they get to overlap a little bit. And then I'm going to continue to give you reactions on Sundays, and I'll give you another reaction every other week to fill in the gap. The reason I'm doing that is I think it's going to help with my channel growth because the reaction videos are getting hundreds to thousands of views and the cooking demos are getting tens to 100 views. So for my own growth, to help the channel grow, I think that's the direction we're going to go. And by giving you much better cooking demo content, I feel like I'll be able to grow the channel even more by reaching that next level of professional growth in providing online cooking demos. So if you have any thoughts about what I'm doing with the channel, or you have any comments about Guy Fieri's Not Real barbecue short ribs, leave it down below, and we'll see you next time.